נישא עיניי אל ההרים, מאין יבוא עזרי, עזרי מעם אדוני, עושה שמיים וארץ. אל יתן למות רגלך, אל ינום שומרך, הנה לא ינום, לא יישן שומר ישראל.
Hello, good people. My name is Father Bouwer. I am a Franciscan priest, newly appointed as the Commissar of the Holy Land in South Africa. Now you might wonder what that might mean. It simply means that I'm responsible for the Good Friday collection that is taken up in your parish and to make sure it is sent to the Holy Land. It also means I'm responsible for promoting pilgrimages to the Holy Land and for promoting knowledge and interest in the holy places. The simple fact is that Jesus suffered and died for us in Jerusalem. And so it is a place that is very special and sacred to us. So how did I land up with a job like this? Well, it actually goes back to St. Francis of Assisi himself. 800 years ago, St. Francis had a burning desire to go to Jerusalem, not only because he had a very deep love for Jesus crucified, but also because he wanted to be martyred as a Christian and go straight to heaven. At that time, the Holy Land was occupied by the Muslims, and there was a war going on between them and the Christians. And that's another reason why St. Francis went to the Holy Land, because he wanted to make peace with the Muslims. So St. Francis bravely went to meet the leader of the Muslims, the Sultan Malik al-Kamil. The Sultan was so impressed by St. Francis and his peaceful nature that we can say they actually became friends. And he gave permission to St. Francis and all his Franciscan brothers to freely move around the Holy Land, promising that his men would not harm them. And so since then, the Franciscans have had a special relationship to the Holy Land, looking after the holy places and looking after pilgrims who came there to visit. You might not be surprised then to find out that it was the Franciscans who invented pharmacies, because of the many sick pilgrims that they had to take care of when they arrived there after their long and difficult travels, all sick and weary. Last year was a very special year for the Holy Land commissaries, as it was the 600th year since Pope Martin V established this office in the Church, as a means to support the mission of the Franciscan friars in the Holy Land, who care for the Christian shrines there. So special celebrations were held to celebrate this important moment in our history. Now you can imagine that it must be very expensive to look after these places that are so sacred and special to us. And Christians are by far the minority in the Holy Land. Roughly 150,000 Christians live in Israel proper, about 2% of the population. In the Palestinian territories, it's estimated that Christians make up just over 1% of the population. There are also small Christian minorities in disputed East Jerusalem. So it's probably essential, it's absolutely essential that we support them. If we don't, these places will disappear. Think of what it costs to run your home and to look after your own family. It's not easy, it's expensive. Then think of what it costs to run your own parish and look after your own church. It's not easy, it's very expensive. You have to multiply it by many times more than your own family. Just ask your parish priest and you might be quite shocked. Then think of what it must cost to look after one of the churches in the Holy Land. You have to multiply that even more because of the sheer age and size of some of these sacred buildings. The Church of the Holy Sepulchre, for example, is a church in the Christian quarter of the old city of Jerusalem. According to traditions dating back to the 4th century, it contains the two holiest sites in Christianity: the site where Jesus was crucified at the place known as Calvary or Golgotha, and Jesus' empty tomb, where he is believed by Christians to have been buried and resurrected. Within the church proper are the last 4 stations of the cross of the Via Dolorosa, representing the final episodes of the Passion of Jesus. The church has been a major Christian pilgrimage destination since its creation in the 4th century, as the traditional site of the resurrection of Christ. That's its original Greek name, Church of the Anastasis, Resurrection. So, from my heart, I would like to thank you for your donation on Good Friday, which supports these churches and the lives of Christians in the Holy Land. Finally, please take to heart these words which Jesus spoke whilst hanging upon the cross at Golgotha. I thirst. What a meaningful statement. He thirsted physically at the moment for water to quench his dehydration. But more than that, he thirsted spiritually for the salvation of all of our souls. Jesus' Spirit still longs for this gift of salvation. He longs to call us his children. He thirsts for our love. Ponder Jesus saying these words to you: I thirst for you. It is a deep and burning thirst for your love. You satiate Jesus' thirst by returning that love. Satiate his thirst this Good Friday by giving him your love.